Welcome back. Well, this is probably some of the most exciting news that we could watch. Lithuania is just across from Norway, and it's a domino effect. Now, we ran a video about a week or so ago, probably 2 weeks ago, that Watchtower versus Lithuania, and it was just kind of being presented into Parliament. I didn't think things would happen this quick. Like, they just happened. And that's, folks, what a domino effect is. You see, to get that first domino to knock over Norway, it took a lot of pushing, a lot of effort, a lot of shunning, and thanks to all of you guys in Norway that made this happen, all the ExJWs in Norway who had the courage to leave the organization, stand up for what's right, and make their voices, let their voices be known. That's what happened. It took a lot of pushing, many years in Norway, to knock that first domino over. Now, Norway just completed this, and in no time, one of the neighboring countries, Lithuania, it's knocked over. This could be a precedent for the future. Let's get into it. Let's see what's happening. Okay, we have this delivered to us thanks to watching Watchtower. Thank you very much for all the hard work that you do for the community. And the two articles that they had were here. They were today's articles. This is brand new news, folks. Breaking news. Lithuania, June. Now this one was released at 12:08, and this other one was released at 13:46, almost 2 hours later. So we're going to read that one. I read both of them. They both read the same thing. Maybe there was a little bit more detail about the UN in the second article. And they wanted to run it, or maybe they fixed something, who knows. But anyways, here's how it first read, the headlines. Parliament refused to grant state recognition to the religious community of Jehovah's Witnesses. It shows a baptismal thing, and then just kind of reads the same. We'll read the second article. What else does it show? Just shows the baptismal, few songs. Now the second article, it says Jehovah's Witnesses failed to get state recognition in Lithuania. So the first one says Parliament refused to grant state recognition to the religious community. So I guess it is kind of a two-article thing. It's the same thing. But that's what happened. The Parliament refused them. And therefore, Jehovah's Witnesses failed to get state recognition in Lithuania. It's that simple. The domino's fallen. No years and years of court, none of that stuff. We'll get right into the article. Here's what it says. Okay, so here it is. Jehovah's Witnesses failed to get state recognition. The baptismal. Lithuania lawmakers on Thursday denied state recognition to the Lithuania Jehovah's Witness religious community. In total, 88 MPs voted against granting Jehovah's Witness state recognition. 2 were in favor and 3 abstained. So it was unanimous, like big time. This was this was like a log fall. Now, according to CIMAS, this community does not comply with Lithuania constitution and its requirement that the religious teachings and rituals be in accordance with the law and integrity. Okay, we'll just back up a bit. So according to the CIMAS, now the CIMAS is the constitution. It's just their legal constitution. And that's how you say it, CIMAS. So according to that, the resolution says that the religious teachings of Jehovah's Witnesses prohibiting blood transfusions is incompatible with the constitutional right to life of a human being and the right to state guaranteed medical aid. So there you have it. That's one of the pitfalls for Jehovah's Witnesses all over the world, is the blood. Yeah, so the blood is the big one. Now it also says that the community's teaching prohibiting participation in the defense of the state with weapons or contribution to the defense of state by non-military means encourages non-compliance with the Constitution and its requirements to defend the state against a foreign armed attack. So they're giving them the non-military means. So they're offering that as well, but they said no, right? Now the resolution was drafted based on the conclusions of the Justice Ministry and experts. So now it shows a bigger picture of people singing. That's the old songbook. Now the religious community, for its part, believes that it meets the requirements for its state recognition. Now, before the vote, Jan Benot Smolarek, a representative of the community, told BNS that amendments to the law on the national conscription are already being discussed in the Lithuania parliament, which would provide for alternative civilian service, you see. So this measure, which stems from an obligation imposed on Lithuania by the European Court of Human Rights, essentially refutes the Justice Ministry's argument that refusal to perform military service on the grounds of religious beliefs is unconstitutional. So he said. So they're just making them so they might have to work in the hospital or something if there's a war. They don't have to go to carry a weapon, which would fit any religion's conscience. They're helping people, right? In the hospital, maybe stocking shelves or something. Now, the community, the Jehovah's Witnesses, submitted its application for the status of the state-recognized religion to the Parliament back in 2017. So, folks, this perhaps has been going on for some time, 2017. Under the law on religious communities and associations, non-traditional religious associations can be recognized by the state as part of Lithuania's historical, spiritual, and social heritage if they have public support and their teachings and rights do not contradict the law and morality. So they're saying, yeah, we have spiritual, religious, whatever, as long as your teachings don't contradict our laws. So when it comes to life, preservation of life, let's say an infant needs a blood transfusion and the parent says, no, let it die. You see, that's breaking all kinds of moral laws, and that's not going to fly anywhere. Now, state recognition means that the state supports the spiritual, culture, and social heritage of the religious associations. So that's what state recognition means. Jehovah's Witnesses have lost that. They lost the state support. It says the activities of Jehovah's Witnesses in the territory of present-day Lithuania started back in 1912. And according to the current 2021 census, there's a little over 2,100 people there identified as JWs. That's not a big state, but it's there. So I want to talk about this state recognition. I know in Norway they lost so many million euros, or so many million of the Norwegian dollars. I forget what they call it, krones or something, maybe. Here, what are they losing? So we went to just another article here. And thanks to my good wife, she dug this up, of course. Now, this is regarding one of the churches that do get state support, the Seventh-day Adventists. Now, what do they get? Well, state subsidies and certain tax exemptions. So there it is, tax exemptions. So all the Jehovah's Witnesses buildings might not be they wouldn't get tax exemptions. You see, Lithuania really, beneath all of this, they look at this organization as a U.S. organization with offices all in our country. They call them Kingdom Halls. With JW.org, that's their logo on their office buildings, and they're out handing business cards out to the public, standing on the street corners, handing business cards out. And then the public when they go on to JW.org, they're asked many times over to donate to their worldwide work. Well, what's their worldwide work? Well, people are led to believe, and they tell you that they do humanitarian work. But you see, the humanitarian work is if there's a flood or a hurricane, and like in Brazil, people were wanting to donate and help neighbors and so forth. And JW.org said, no, donate to us, we'll take care of it. Did they? Well, we had a comment come in, thanks to the commenters out there, said they did send down some food and clothing they sent to their people. So do they really get out and help the poor on the street? Do they have hostels, hospitals, nursing homes? No. JW.org is all about preaching the good news of the kingdom, they call it. They call it providing spiritual food. That's how they call it. But you see, spiritual food is not going to keep people alive. And a lot of times this money that gets handed over to these religions, the governments are expecting the religion to actually go and help people, help the poor, help the homeless. You see, the governments are helping the religions, using them as a pedestal. Okay, here, religions. You guys go help a lot of people. We'll keep supporting you. That's kind of how it works. Jehovah's Witnesses don't do that. They just put out spiritual food. So what they're putting out is they're promoting JW.org, they're promoting Watchtower and all its movie house, and they get people donating to it. And it all goes to the U.S. So the governments aren't dumb. They know what's happening. So they're not qualifying. So what do they lose out on? Tax exemptions. Well, what's that going to cause? JW.org's going to say, well, we're going to close up our kingdom halls. We're going to sell them all off. And we're going to have our people meet in book studies groups again. That's how we're going to tell our people that the governments have turned on us. And we're going to build in our people a persecution complex. You see, that's if you've been watching our channel, you'll see that we have a lot of videos out showing this is what's happening this summer at the 2024 convention. It starts out with this song, and the kingdom halls are being padlocked, and they're meeting in their book study groups. Because they're not getting tax exemptions on their buildings. They're treated as a business. So here's the other one that they get, as well as excusing theology students and clergy from military service. So they would have something like, you don't have to go on the front lines, but you'd help in the hospitals. It's alternative. So the state recognition for the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Lithuania means that its contributions to the public life and culture is recognized. You see, Seventh-day Adventists, they build churches, or they build hospitals, they build nursing homes. They actually get out and help a lot of people. There's a lot of religions that do. So JW.org is being called out in the world now for its lack of support in helping people and its lack of respect for life, for keeping people alive. They're being called out. So that's what's happening, folks. Lithuania, the domino has fallen, and it's going to keep falling. So stick with us. And I couldn't help but start out this channel with, finish up with our face-to-face commercial we ran a few weeks ago. And it's where we were encouraging JW.org to come online, come onto our channel. You know, if you're from the Watchtower, and talk to us. We have 4 lives during the week. Our Wednesday live is actually set up to bring people in, ask questions, and talk. And we'd like to know what's happening. Anyways, keep living your life with love. And what does that mean? Well, it really means loving your neighbor, getting to know your neighbor, helping your neighbor. The time of disaster comes, you know your neighbors, and there's plans, and you work together as a community. That's what love is. Love is not artificial. Artificial love is, sometimes we go to these, I was in the JW.org for 30 years. It was artificial. And if you had a problem in your household, you were told to go down to the food bank. Let's say you lost your job or something. You see, JW.org does not have a program within to even help its own people. They do not even have a senior retirement program on each of the Bethel grounds where there's retirement homes to look after their people that have donated their whole life to the org. You see, they've been preaching for over 100 years now that the end is any day now. And they've had so many predictions that have came and went. It's just now the religion is being disrespected. It's caught lying in court, being deceitful, all of these things, covering up CSA, not apologizing. So you see, folks, the world's looking at this religion and the dominoes fall hard and quick. So we'll keep you posted on what's next. See you in the next video. Bye for now.
Hey, yo! Here we go. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. I said microphone check. 1, 2. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Ain't nobody out here winning like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Just like me, like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Ain't nobody out here winning like me. Can't nobody out here do it like me. Just like me, like me. I'm one of a kind, I'm like a rare breed. A breath of fresh air, you can see me. People stand up just to greet me. Role model, kids wanna be me. Listen now, later you'll believe me. Got you under my spell, the whole thing was easy. I just come and wink my eye like a genie. Put my crown on, y'all little peasant can king me. I'm irreplaceable, the different one. Since I was born, I was the chosen one. Every time I speak, you know it's unique. Might go over your head, my words are kinda too deep. Man, I'm wise like an eyelid. Summa the smoke. Yeah, I wait. I'm still waiting. Nobody do it like me. Nobody do it like me. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, act like you know. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. This is how you start a fresh rap with a new track. Put your seatbelts on, prepare for the impact. In fact, I did that with less than a 6.